Hello. First and foremost, I want to thank y'all so much for being here. Now, we're going to watch a video about how this woman and her husband escaped the Matrix. Because this whole channel is dedicated to how we should all live for free, y'all. Paying rent is not real. God made this world for us to live for free. And I know a lot of people don't even know what I'm about to say, but think about it, y'all. The top 1%, we're all working for the top. For example, 10 people run all of the media we see. Listen, paying for shit is fake. It's all an illusion. When white people came to America and the natives were here and they were exchanging, when Manhattan, the island of Manhattan, quote unquote, got sold to the Europeans, they only sold, quote unquote, sold it for a couple beads and stuff like that, because they didn't have the natives didn't have the concept in their mind of someone owns this piece of land and then you have to rent it. And listen, this world is for all of us. So we're gonna jump right into the video.
Okay, family. Back in 2017, I was somehow able to talk my husband into allowing us to purchase 2.3 acres of land in the middle of nowhere, Arizona, for only $2,500.
Y'all heard that? $2,500. They purchased land. That's some people's rent. That's a lot of people's rent payment right there. And now they never have to pay rent again in their life, y'all. We have to wake up, y'all. I have a video after this, or maybe before, but seriously, if we want to see a change, we have to make it ourselves. No one's coming to save us.
This land that we found on Facebook Marketplace was located in Golden Valley, Arizona, and the prices there at the time were absolutely amazing. So my husband and I decided to go with a tiny shed. We were trying to turn a shed into a house. The shed that my husband and I decided to go with was a 12 by 32, and the cost for this shed was, I believe, around $8,500.
Essentially, they paid $8,500 for a whole house, y'all.
Now back then, me and my husband did not even consider going off grid. Everything was we were going to have water, electricity, the whole 9 yards. Here's the plans that I had for the inside of the shed. My daughter Adriana, she is such an artist. All of my kids know how to draw. But anyway, she drew this up. And as you can see, as you look at that back wall, I was going to have it cut out to where we could connect two sheds together to have a bigger shed once we got more money. But that never happened. So, as time went by, we would do the same thing that we did, what we're doing now. I would fly back and forth. Well, what we were doing with this house build, I would fly back and forth and try to get things done. So I had electricity put in. We had the electricity poles installed. I mean, we was doing it, y'all. We put a lot into trying to make this a tiny home. The electricity cost us about, I would say, around $7,000 altogether.
Damn.
But on this property, the poles,
y'all, we could just do solar. Solar panels are amazing. You don't got to do all of this, okay?
are too far away from our property lines, so that's why it didn't cost as much. Oh, a really quick story time. This did not happen, us moving into this house, because another house in Ohio came up for sale for only $19,000, and it was in the country. It was sitting on like 5 acres, and I'm like, honey, we have to get this house. Let's sell the house in Arizona. I know, I regret it till this day. So we put the house on the market, and the house sold, I would say, within 3 days. So we sold it for cheap. We only got $18,500 out of it. We didn't even get all of our money back that we had into this place. But you live and you learn. You make stupid mistakes and you learn from them. And also, we did not wind up getting the house in Ohio that was for $19,000.
Oh my
Someone
God.
outbid us. So it was back to the drawing board to see where we would go from here. Okay, so I woke up one morning and I felt the strong urge, you guys, to buy land again. It was like God was speaking to me and telling me that I needed to buy land and we needed to do it now. It was that urgent to me. Now, sometimes it takes a while for my husband to hop on the train, the Mona train of my crazy ideas. But this time when I brought up buying land, he was all for it, you guys. So that's how I know that was from God, to get out and buy land now. Okay, family, so around this time, me and my husband had opened up a restaurant called Cars Motown Coney Island.
Oh, wow.
And those of you that have been following us for a while know that my husband loves to cook. It's his dream, like to be a chef. So he just had to go with this business plan that he had of always owning a Coney Island. And of course, I was there to support my husband's dream. Oh boy, was that a journey going through owning a restaurant, running a restaurant without any experience, you guys. It was crazy. To make a long story short, the restaurant just didn't work out. It was like a newborn baby that you had to take care of every second of the day. And me and my husband just didn't, we didn't know all of that. People tried to tell us, but he just didn't want to listen because this was his dream.
Trust me, I understand. For those who do know, or probably nobody knows on this channel, oh, probably my little sister, of course. But you know, I had a little restaurant, nothing like this, because they're doing it. But I had to close it down too. But don't fret, because I'm opening back up in 2025. I literally can't wait.
And he would have never known if he didn't try. Now, to open this restaurant, my husband and I used our own capital, our own cash, which was over $100,000 into this business. So, yeah. Okay, so I could really sense that things weren't going well. And I see my husband being frustrated and things with the business. So I took it upon myself to start stashing money. Now, my husband really did. I didn't really let him know that that was my plan. That's what I was doing, because I know he would have been against it. But I know it was best for us, so that's why I did it. He actually thanks me all the time now. Like, honey, I'm so happy you did that. And I'm so happy you didn't tell me about it, because I would have stopped you. So I hit the ground running, you guys. I got on Facebook Marketplace and started looking at land. And I really wasn't looking at land really in the Arizona area. It could have been anywhere. It could have been Colorado, Texas. I was just putting it in. And where I was searching at the time, it just kept giving me Arizona properties for sale. And I came across this gorgeous property, but it was a little too much. It cost $26,000, so I just wasn't sure, for 10 acres. I just thought, man, land has really went up since we bought it in 2017. I mean, we got our 2.3 acres for only $2,500. So after much thought about spending that kind of money for only 10 acres of land and speaking to my husband, we just bit the bullet and we bought it because it seemed like everything was so expensive at the time when I started looking again for land. And my thoughts were, if land is getting this high, it's only going to get higher in the future. So let's bite the bullet and let's go ahead and get this land. So that's what we did. So we purchased our property for $26,000, and we actually did not lease to own. What do you call it? Something like that. Owner financing. That's what it's called. And we paid, I want to say like $200 something per month, like $260 per month, until we paid it off. But we didn't just make our minimum payment. We always made about 5 to 6 payments per month to hurry up and get that paid off. And we got our land paid off, I'd say within less than a year of buying it.
That's what's up.
And all the glory goes to the Most High God. I was not messing around, family. Your girl meant business. I hopped on a plane not too soon after we paid off the property so that we can get the land cleared and that we could get our metal barn dominium going. Of course, I got on Facebook Marketplace again once I got to Arizona, and I found someone to come out and clear our land for $600. I think he cleared about 1.5 to 2 acres for us. Later on down the line, I contacted another guy off Facebook Marketplace, and he came out and he cleared way more acres for us and did the roads for $3,000. So family, I was beyond determined to get out of Ohio so that I can be in Arizona and actually get things done. I got tired of flying back and forth. So I needed to figure out a way how I could get to Arizona quicker so that I can get on the homestead and start building and getting the ball rolling. So this was the drastic measure that I took to make sure that I can get to Arizona quicker. We gave up our beautiful apartment that we had, and my husband went out and found this camper for like $2,800.
What?
And he parked it behind our tire shop because we do own a tire shop, and we moved in that bad boy, and we were able to save over $1,300 a month by not having that apartment. That was just the rent, but you know, the utilities and everything that went with it. And then also I went out and I got a job.
Okay.
This was after we had already closed the restaurant. I went out and I worked as a receptionist at a nursing home. So I made money that way, and we were saving tons of money by living in this camper.
And this goes to show you, ladies and gentlemen, you do not have to pay rent. Start thinking of other ways to live. Imagine if we all started thinking of other ways to live, how drastically these rent prices will reduce.
So now,
oh wow,
I had to figure out what kind of house do I want. Did I want to go with the tiny house again? Did I want to do like a barn dominium? So I started looking at houses that would inspire me, and these are some of the cabins and houses that were my inspiration for our house that we have now. In the Bible, it says to write it down and to make it plain, so I did just that. I started putting my vision on paper. In the Bible, it says, therefore, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have already received it and it will be done for you. And so through this whole process, that I believed it. I truly believed that the Lord would come through and help us with everything that needed to be done and supply all of our needs through this whole entire journey. If I can remember correctly, we started with our house build around, I want to say about 3 to 4 weeks after we got the foundation poured. I think about 3 months have went by and we are now getting windows and doors. Time for our septic install, and that cost us $6,500. And it's time for insulation. So for those who have been following us already know that we are using cash for all of the projects that we do on our homestead. So we are doing it piece by piece, little by little, bit by bit, whenever the money comes to us. So we bought raw, undeveloped land, and I'm so proud, so very proud of how far that we've come so far. We got our building put up, we have fencing, we have insulation, we bought some cabinets, we bought a shed, we got our land cleared, we had roads cleared. So I'm so super proud of us, and I just thank you all for coming along on this journey with us and always encouraging us. And
so ladies and gentlemen, I make these videos because I want us to start thinking of other ways to live, because food is going to keep going higher, rent is going to keep going higher. So at the end of the day, and then remember, money is an illusion. So it's like we are on this rat race for the rest of our life, but only very few people end up winning from your hard work. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to start thinking outside the box, because that's what this whole channel is dedicated to. My journey of how the hell I'm escaping the matrix, because I am so done paying bills.